Good morning. Let me see if I don't know how to flip this around. That's my garden. Good morning. I'm going to practice doing videos. I need to learn how to edit, but I'll get there. I'm going to give you a short tour of my garden. As you can see, there's some weeds, but that actually might be a beneficial weed flower. I'll have to look it up. A friend of mine has an app. She can look it up for me. But I do have some lavender here. I've been trying to harvest and dry some of that for tea. So lavender is good for when you're fighting a cold, which I am at the moment. Like cold and flu type symptoms. But here's a tour of my garden. There's some lavender. I do have lots of weeds I need to trim and pull. The kiddos keep me busy, so the garden gets one of the last priorities. But as you can see, I think when it warms up this afternoon or tomorrow, I'm going to try to find my clippers and trim out the weeds that are in my raised beds. Ooh, it looks like I might have some mint in this one. Mint is also very good this time of year. Beside my garden over here, I'd like to trim some of the smaller trees down. The bigger ones I'd have to have help at a later date, so I don't know how to take the larger, taller ones down safely. But I do have that on my bucket list to learn that. I think I had I had something growing here, but I can't remember. There's supposed to be mint in one of these front beds. Oh, good. This one still has some I can pick, but I need to do some tidying up here. There's some solar lanterns on this side. Here's my rose bush. I probably need to trim for the fall. It's grown taller than my arch over here. I forgot the technical name for it. And I'd like to clear some brush from over here. I've been picking some goldenrod and harvesting it to make for tea, though I'm gonna have to get brave to try it because it smells so bitter. And I've developed quite the sweet tooth the past 18 months. Here's all these trees. But one of the long-term goals I have is to learn how to use a gas-powered chainsaw. I've just learned how to use earlier this year my battery-powered electric. So here's some rosemary and some basil I probably should pick before our last frost. Here's some more lavender over here. Feels like I could probably trim and keep some of those leaves. Lavender, the leaves can be good and used to make a tea for colds. And I believe I've read it's antiviral, but I have to double check on that. But with honey, I think it tastes pretty good. One of my long-term goals, maybe I'd have to ask a contractor this question to figure out the most level spot in the backyard or the side yard for clearing trees. Because my long-term goal is to replace this double wide over here, because it is 1988. It has a lot of issues we need to fix with it. Long-term dream I have is to eventually build a 4-bedroom cabin, either in the backyard or the side yard. And this here is my little respite she shed. I call it my respite cabin. I think it's 14 by 16. I'll have to measure it. And I need to take that air conditioning unit out of the window. And if I have time, either today or this weekend, I want to write a sermon called Pain to Purpose. And see, this right here is some goldenrod that's drying up. But I want to start telling my story. And I'm still learning how not too much. I tend to get so excited when socializing because I haven't got to do a whole lot of that the last 15 years as a special needs mom and caregiver. So I thought I would do some vlogging as a way to tell my story. Look at that crooked tree. That'd be interesting how to safely cut that one down. The smaller, thinner ones should be fairly easy. I've got a lot of vines over here and brush I can cut down. But I want to wait till we get a little bit of a warmer day. Quite chilly today. So, I hope you all have a blessed day, and get outside and enjoy some nature.